Okay, everyone, breaking news, breaking news. Come on in, like this video, share this video, subscribe to the mix. I appreciate you guys. Drop some comments. Most importantly, just listen to this video from beginning to end. Share, 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 share. Drop some comments. Check out the community section. If you're interested in donating to my channel, to the mix, donation information is linked in the description section. Cashapp, zelle, all of that stuff. But let me get down to the nitty gritty. Oh my, it's going down across the country. Illinois, New York. But let me just hone in on Chicago. Oh my gosh, the migrant crisis, as you can see what this video is going to be about. And let me just share this snippet, this clip, and I will probably give a reaction or my opinion here and there throughout the clip. So, but just this, oh my goodness, it's just a clip. And remember I said you guys, context matters. So the full video is out here on YouTube somewhere. So just head on over to YouTube or Google, Chicago migrant crisis and all of that. And you'll see what I'm talking about for the full clip. But let me just share this right quickly.
So I just want to be clear first. To be clear, we are not upset with the individuals who are being allowed to cross the borders in.
Okay, pause. This is in Chicago, Illinois, south side of Chicago. They said the west side turned up the other night. Today is Thursday. It's going down. Americans are coming together and reminding the politicians, reminding them who elected them, reminding the politicians who they work for. Politicians work for the taxpayers. Politicians work for the citizens of the United States of America. Born and bred and raised citizens. The politicians work for the voters. Continue. This sister, I'm telling you guys, here we go.
To America. Let me make that very clear because people get it confused.
That's right.
We are, however, outraged with the government's response to how the government's response and our elected officials' blatant disregard to the local crisis Black families and children are facing now in our city. It is disingenuous and highly disrespectful to come into neighborhoods that have suffered decades of disinvestment, redlining, poverty, and violence to tell them you're taking resources away only to give it to another group of people that you allowed to cross the border illegally. How dare you put these poor people against us, especially because the very reason you claim they're here to seek asylum is the same reason and terror and injustice Black people face today.
Pause. Woo! She hitting the mark. And I've been saying this, you guys. Check out my other migrant-related videos. It's not a dig at the migrants. It's not their fault. I've been stating this from day one. It's not them. It's the people that were voted into office. From the highest office in the land, the White House, Jim Crow Joe now, his administration. You guys gotta think about who you're gonna vote for. Are you voting blue or are you voting for border? What are you gonna do? How are you going to vote? You keep doing the same thing over and over again. It's insanity. You get the same results. They playing in y'all faces.
Chicago is working on an issue without addressing the current issue that it has with the communities that are suffering.
Period. Keep the pressure on Brandon Johnson. Keep the pressure on these politicians. Period. American citizens are no longer a priority. Black people never really been a priority, so we definitely not. We've been replaced. Pay attention. I'm a bit disturbed by the polls that I do run when it comes to if the election was today, how would you be voting? It's just sad. I don't know if people trolling or what, but I think I said Democrat, Republican, and something else, or you don't know, or you might not vote, something like that, or whatever. I don't know, but one of the polls said Democrat. That's just sad. That's sad. If y'all keep doing it, these are the results. But let me continue.
And we're seeing resources fly out to help, but we're not getting that same type of support at the magnitude we're seeing now. And to expect us to foot the bill and hand over our already limited resources, public parks and school buildings that have been unjustly closed in the first place. Now you're putting the strain on our police officers and stations, obstructing their ability to do their jobs, serve our community, and our community to go into police stations to receive services. In addition, it's inhumane to welcome people only to have them sleeping on floors in buildings and in tents that cannot withstand the wind of Chicago.
It started from the highest office in the land, the federal government, the White House. That's who's calling the shots over all of this.
Brandon Johnson ran on the promise that he would listen to our community. And in the beginning of this crisis,
Brandon Johnson is listening to those who are above him, those who, not the voters. He's not listening to the voters. He's not listening to, Brandon Johnson is not listening to his constituents. He's listening to Jim Crow Joe administration. He's listening to those in the Democrat Party who came before him, who are basically using him. He's just a puppet, in my opinion. And I say that respectfully. But let me continue.
It stated that he would not re-traumatize those communities that are still suffering from the impact of school closing, red line, and violence. We are here today demanding that the city of Chicago and Brandon Johnson stop disrupting park programs, taking away from our children and families that depend on those services. We want him to stop using public school buildings as housing because they're not zoned as such. And specifically for this building was promised to the community, and our children deserve a high school. A high school, we want to reopen this as one because we do not have a neighborhood high school. That school over there is not a neighborhood school. It's a selective enrollment that actually restricts our neighborhood kids from going. So that's a violation of our civil rights, and we want this building. We pay taxes for it. We are also demanding a full independent audit of how our tax money is being spent.
That's right.
We still have a homeless crisis. Black Americans have the highest rate of homelessness, including youth. We want to know how they're being housed, if they're being housed, what money is being spent on them. We need to know how money is being spent on our education system. When we now see that Chicago public schools and all city agencies are focusing on migrant children. Right. Migrant children deserve to have equal access to education, and so does black children who have historically been denied that right. This is an example of that. Building being closed when there's high school students all around here who have to travel far to go to school. My daughter travels 15 miles outside of her neighborhood to go to school. How dare the city of Chicago try to take this building, make her walk past a building that they're giving to people they're allowed to come here illegally, and have her go past a half-empty building on the corner that she can't go to school. And she is a symbol of majority of black children in the city of Chicago that are being denied rights, that are not being seen in this crisis that has been engineered. Again, we're not here saying we're against individual people who cross this border. We're mad at our government for putting them against us. That's right. Because that is what's happening. That's right. Plain and simple. Yes. The residents of South Shore deserve a high quality high school. We deserve.
Back to some of my videos, I've been saying it. It's who you voted into office. What you see is what you're getting. Vote the same way. Oh well. I'm so glad I didn't vote for Jim Crow Joe. Keep the pressure on Brandon Johnson. Matter of fact, elect this lady. Remove Brandon Johnson if that's possible, which I know it's not. But I'm just saying. Woo!
Services. Our parks deserve to be open. We have present here people from Taylor Park. Taylor Park is located in the Robert Taylor community. We all know what happened with Robert Taylor, right? Mm-hmm. Thousands of black Americans were displaced, and the city of Chicago has been threatening these poor families to take away their park. That's not fair. They have football teams, they have the cheerleading teams. Their kids are engaged socially. They need those services. Let's talk about the West Side. Last night, you guys saw the West Side. We were proud of them.
That's right.
If no one can understand, their black family can understand why they turned up in that meeting. Because it is still is an injustice. It is an injustice, it's disingenuous, and it's not right for these people to come into our communities when we are suffering now. Brandon Johnson, go on your word. You cannot be elected into this office and ignore the people who got you here.
That's right.
He's listening to someone else above him. Trust me. This is not his doing. He's listening. He's a puppet. He's a puppet. People were trying to warn me about him. He's a puppet.
We're not playing with you.
Say that again.
So today, we're here to say we want justice. We want the city to be more transparent. We want you to stop blatantly throwing the migrants anywhere.
Right.
We don't want tents built in Roseland.
Y'all heard the guy in the background. He said, "Get rid of these damn Democrats." Oh my gosh, where the young people at? Y'all better wake up.
That's right.
We don't want our park programs being taken away.
Send them back.
And we want the city to work with our community.
Y'all hear the guy in the background? Listen closely. He said, "Send them back." Y'all are swept down. He was a Republican, but he voted Democrat. Look what's got going on. Look what's going on.
In a genuine manner. So today we have, like I said, we have people here who are going to speak from various communities, but we also want to talk about our lawsuit. We're going to first have Frank Avila come up to talk a little bit about the lawsuit, and after him, we're going to have a resident, Jimmy Jones.
Hey, Frank Avila. Hey.
Hey, Frank.
How you doing? You know me, Frank.
I do know you.
All right, then.
Yes. Let's get the discussion going. I really don't have much to say because I've been pretty much repeating myself about this whole migrant tent city, New York takeover from California to New York to Illinois to, and it's not their fault. I've been going over plenty of videos, so head on over to my video section, have at it, listen to my content on this topic. This young lady, where I wonder, does she have something where I can donate, cash out her, or zelle her? She said what she said effortlessly. She articulated her point very well. Friendly but firm. Getting to the point. Making it clear in plain English. It's not about them. It's about the government doing. So how are you guys going to vote? After watching this video, to run a poll. How are you guys going to vote? And I'm going to link this in that poll. How are you guys going to vote after watching this video? Are you going to vote border control? Or are you going to vote Democrat? Maybe I'm going to spin it like that. Are you going to vote border control? Or are you voting Democrat? Or are you not voting? Those are the three questions. Those are the three options. Democrat, border control, or you're not voting. Maybe I have twisted up like that. Spin to it to get people wheels turning. I don't know. But for those who will be participating in the voting process. Even if you don't participate, you still have a right to speak about it because you pay taxes. You are a taxpayer. And the politicians work for us, the taxpayers. I think they got it twisted. So, but like this video, you guys, share this video. I'm pumped up. I'm fired up. If this was well, like I said, eloquently spoken by the sister. Like, share, subscribe, drop some comments, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.